Nanna Tazzie here, and I thought we would compromise, and I took a bunch of video bits I wasn't sure what else to do with. I didn't want to chuck them, and I've squished them down time-wise, because it's all very boring, honestly. But I did want to put together a video that shows where most of my time has gone for these processes for the pages. And I started with just blacking out one of the pages here. And this is sped up to like 500% or something, so we can get through it pretty quick. But I did want to make sure that if you are doing the Abandoned Places journey, or whatever book you're choosing to work in for reverse collage, that you really are aware of how much time it takes. Not just in harvesting images, that tends to take me a while anyway, because I don't know what I want to use, but in placing them or seeing what works together, or what you're in the mood for a particular page. And yeah, I want you to be aware of that. Also, if you haven't started, you want to get into it but you haven't started it, it is very calming and relaxing, and time doesn't seem to matter during the process, so that's good. But make sure you've got the time to dedicate, maybe after all the kiddies are in bed, or I don't know, for me it's a lot of the time I can't sleep, so I just sit here and play in my book, and I don't have a lot of video on those. But it's very much, it's fussy work. You're moving images from here to there and kind of seeing, and you know, not necessarily seeing an image as it is presented in the image itself, but how you could tear it up or turn it around, or you know, make sure you always look at everything sideways and upside down and in all different sequences to the first way that you laid it out, because you may get a whole different idea. And I'm finding this more and more as I sit down and really just play with layouts, really just push images around and paint out bits and move stuff and paint out something else. It doesn't necessarily mean that that page comes to me quicker as to what I want to do, or a basic idea of what I want to do. But by doing that, it clears up thoughts or ideas I had for other pages, so when I flip through again, I usually land on something completely different than what I was just fussing with, and then I can start that page. And I'm not sure why, but that seems to be just the way of it. Now I still haven't sat down and just glued in a bunch of the images. They're floating around in the book without being attached, because I don't know, I really don't know. But I guess I'll figure it out as I go. Okay, so I had an original idea for this particular page, and since starting the page, blacking it out, it's kind of gone out of my head. I don't know what I was going to do with it anymore. But if nothing else, the blacked out part's done, so it'll be easier or quicker to get started when I am ready to hit up this page. Yep, it's blacking out pages. Doobie doobie doo. Oh, that's right, I decided to, didn't want the harsh edge there, I wanted it more smudgy. Yeah. I haven't been doing a lot of that, and I need to really do more of the blending type stuff. I think that's what separates Dee Dee's pages apart. She does a lot of blending work, and it's gorgeous. I'm not that good at it, so it turns out like mud. no matter what colors I'm using. So I'll get there, that's the whole point. Yeah, I'm just using a black acrylic matte paint. It dries really quickly, and I have been doing at least 2 coats of it, because you'll see thinner spots or something that was light or bright from the original page that you can kind of see through. Also, depending on where your glossy edges lie, like where you've whited out a bunch of text or blacked out a bunch of text or whatever, if your first coat's rather thin, you can still see that on an angle, and it doesn't matter overly, but if it bugs you, yeah, just whack a second coat over it and it's fine. Okay. Well, even at 500%, that still took a while to get through this bit. I'm gonna have to drop some gradients here into switching from chunk to chunk. Okay, this is a whole different day, and I'd set images aside. Have to love on the cover. Love on the cover. It's so pretty. Oh my god. Alright, now as we go through here, because some of these have videos for them already, and by the time this particular video goes up, you will have seen how those were done. So yeah, all out of sequence, and I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it. I started sticking these down, and then I realized I have to do like some of the background paint and stuff before I do the foreground focal images. Excuse me. Yeah, a lot of the time you spend just looking, and for me it's not just where to place the images, but it's how am I gonna make that work? What do I need to do to the rest of the page to either tie that in or make it not look like an image stuck on a page? And I think some of the pages I've done, they do look more stuck on a page. But I think that's where I need to go back and do more shading and blending and that kind of a thing. So, yeah. Yeah, some of these pages are just giving me hell. Oh, and I'd written down ideas and notes as I flipped through one day and really looked at the images, or the pages that are there, kind of what I see or feel with that page, and that may or may not come to pass. Some of those may be good starting points or things to do to get started, but definitely not specific plans. And I spend a lot of time doing this, just lining stuff up, back and forth, where is that going to sit, where should I move it to, even after cutting them out, I still have to figure out how to make them work. And actually this page I still have to go back, I have to go and dig through my images and find, hang on, I'm traveling across the room to get my ginger beer. Okay, yeah, this page I still have to dig through. There's one specific image that I have. I don't know what I've done with it. I know it's somewhere safe so I don't ding it or mess it up or lose it, but I haven't come across it yet. So I'll have to find it so I can finish that page. And it dawned on me I could use the little woven grass umbrella thing as another jellyfish maybe. So it got shoved in that page. And I haven't fussy cut these down where they need to be, obviously. I'm still not sure if I just want to trim them close enough and then just paint them in later. I'm leaning towards that at the moment, but we'll see whenever I get to that page. I still have to do the background work before sticking any of these down for this page anyway. I got as far as just playing with the images and trying different layouts just to see, because I'm really not sure. And I know it's funny, Dee Dee keeps saying to you know, as often as you can to tear the images that you're using, that way it's easier to blend the edges in. Your eye doesn't notice it so much, which is true. I'm having a heck of a time. The images I keep picking are things that I haven't been brave enough to paint that close to yet, so I just keep cutting them out. I have a lot to learn still. I'm getting a better feel for it though, I think. Of course, I say this, it's only actually been a couple of weekends I've really given it to play in it, so. I did go back and watch some of her technique videos on how she does it, and she did say, you know, do a couple hundred and you'll get it. And it's like, okay. Okay. I'm not sure what I'm doing or why there's such a pause in the video. And we're back apparently. Okay, I'm not sure what I was doing. Maybe I went and let dogs in and out or something. Huh. That was weird. I don't remember. I tried so many things with this page to try and figure out the second room in the background there. Oh no, I bet I was looking for the one image I need. That's what I was doing. Anyway, I will be trimming that out. But yeah, looking for other ideas in case I don't come across it. Still need to go on a major image collection hunt. I think I've got several boxes scattered all over the place now. I need to put them all in one area. And I'm not very good at filing images, because as much as you can categorize them under this, that, or the other thing, I tend to look at them, everything can be used as something else, which doesn't help for any kind of filing system. That, and I end up getting, when I do sit down with glue books or whatever and go through a whole bunch, I don't put the images I have in a stack left over, I don't put those where they belong again. I just chuck them in the ongoing file folder thing, or current box, whatever's on top. And that's not helping either. I don't know, maybe I need to use some of them, the extra stuff for leftover images in Big Blue. I need to revisit Big Blue. I still haven't finished gluing all those scraps in. It's also going to take me all year, I think. Me and my big ideas, you know. Okay, so we've got, yep, still playing with that room in the background there with the open door. Just kind of lay out and look with my notes and see if what I had written is going to work or that kind of thing. This page is still driving me crazy. I love this building, but I don't know what to do with it. I really don't know what to do with it. Oh, and this one will have been done by the time you see it as well. We'll see this chunk anyway. And yeah, I was really tickled with how it came out. I need a lot of practice, but I was tickled with the overall picture, I think. And until I have pages varnished, they're still open to, you know, add more stuff to, or come back and color, or just play with some more. And while it looks like I'm talking or whatever in the video there. I'm actually just pointing and my brain's doing all the chatters, so you're not missing out on anything there. I still got to finish this. I need to add something, and I need to go back and clean up that dandelion there, because the paintbrush I used really was far fatter than I needed still. But you get the overall idea, so that's okay. And that's actually the first dandelion I've ever really drawn, so, well, drawn or painted, so I'm gonna take it. It's a win. Yeah, I don't know if I need to shade or do something in there with it. Man, where do I keep disappearing to? That's crazy. And I'm back again. Maybe that was letting dogs out to go potty. Who knows? And yeah, I'm starting to feel I should have sped these up to 500% as well. The first chunk's 500 and all the other ones thereafter are 300, so you can see what I'm doing, essentially. But yeah, the whole point for this video, I don't want to diminish or sweep under the carpet any part of the process for these pages. And they take time. That doesn't mean you have to do it all at once. You can do it, you know, if you've only got 5 minutes, then play with it for 5 minutes. That's cool. But I don't want anyone to jump in and think that, you know, they don't take that long. And you might be able to whip them out quicker than I can. That would be amazing. Amazing. But yeah, I didn't or don't want to give the impression that that they're quick projects, because at least I've found once you get started, once you've got an idea for a page and some of it blacked out, some of your images collected, that part doesn't take quite as long as I would have thought, that next step to put it all together. But then it takes, you can spend hours just adding extra stars or shading, or it turns into a, you know, dinner's ready, I'll be there in 5 minutes, and you know, it's an hour later and you're like, oh, sorry, my bad. It's kind of crazy like that. Time just stops. And this page, oh, this page, I want to turn into something lovely, because it's just heartbreaking. Just, I don't know. I still have to fuss with it, and some ideas I haven't found anything that'll just work together. I still need to work on those cracks. I need to come in and make them more three-dimensional. Oh, so much to do. Again, I gave myself a year to learn how to really focus on and learn how to do this reverse collage. What I am now considering, it's going to take me a lot longer to actually finish these books. So yeah, I don't want to dismiss it and just do it in my own sweet time or anything, because I don't want to set the books aside and just have them sitting there. And I'm obsessed with them, absolutely obsessed. Not to mention they've helped me channel being in a funk or dealing with depression or dealing with situations I have no control over, I can't do anything about, but I feel very kicked in the teeth, as it were. And working on these books has really just helped me find some peace. So yeah, I will definitely be doing a bunch of them. as for how many of those videos I share, I don't know, you guys. I may have to do some and just do flip throughs later of finished pages. I don't know. I don't know where I keep disappearing to. That is odd. And now I'm back. That is so bizarre. This one I've got several ideas for, but I don't know. Well, I don't know if any of them are going to be the most epic one. And I love that red hair right there. That is so cool. But yeah, I don't know how I'm going to incorporate it. Who knows? Yeah, a lot of these I've taken, you know, some of the images I had already left over or cut out from previous ones, and just no idea what I actually want to do, or if it's going to work, or any of that. It's like, well, I don't know. And, you know, do I actually want to create a whole new world, or do I want to do something to dress up the one that's already there? You know what I mean? I did like where those mountains sat, to where the inside torn edge negative space was there. That spoke to me. I still haven't done this page, so I don't know if that'll work or not, but I really liked it. Don't mind my fussy cutting. It's not my best skill. But yeah, just sitting and moving bits and really looking at it and getting a feel for it, and do I like it? Does it speak to me? Is it something I can work with? What do I have to do to modify now in order to play with later? So yeah, just play with them and then move on. And I'll come back and play with them and then move on. Yep, back again. It's another day. Love on the cover. Bring coffee. See that? Dee Dee says this happens. If you're really paying attention, you'll find this. But the tweezers there, the measurement of the tweezers lined up perfectly with the gauge of the railroad tracks. So yeah, if you move your pieces around here, there, and everywhere, that does in fact happen, and it's amazing. I just don't know what else to do with that particular page. Some happy mail from Dee Dee right there, and right there. She sent the coolest images, oh my gosh. And it's kind of made me afraid, because I don't know where to use them, or to get the best use out of them. So, yeah. Just gonna have to jump in. Jump in. It's gonna be fine. Yes, 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 yes. And again, just because I have images sitting with a page definitely does not mean that's what I'm using on that page. That's just playing around, getting a feel for it, seeing what I like, what I don't like. It's like, yeah, that's cool, but the original idea I had for this set of images was pretty fun, but then I got to thinking tying them in together in the backgrounds. I wasn't sure how I was going to do that, but I started fooling around with this stuff, and I think I have another way to go about my original idea. We shall see though. And stuff kind of lines up, but not quite, see? So I was having issues with that. Because in my mind, it was like, oh, I have something that'll fit there, but it didn't. So, you know, we'll have to play and trim and tear things and paint out the rest eventually. And I love time elements, but I love to shatter them, to break them, have them melting and dripping, that kind of thing. So if you see a lot of cracked time or fractured time, that kind of thing, it's okay, it's kind of my thing. This page has haunted me when I do finally get sleep. It is in my brain. In my brain. Yeah, that one I need to stop being a weenie. I was going to try and do angel wings for it out of the parrot feathers, but the feathers are all going a different direction than what I needed, which has been the whole problem with this entire page, because I couldn't find anybody sitting the right way for what I wanted to do. And I love all the greens. There's just enough green throughout all 4 images there. I need to figure out how to tie them all together. Still need to work on that one. There are so many pages. There's like 240 some pages in this book. That's just the Abandoned Places book that I've still got Abandoned RAKs I've barely touched. I gotta cut out all the rubber duckies and little boats so they can go around that little water channel there. Lots of fun stuff. Oh yeah, I'm still gonna do these pages. And some of these have baffled me as to how I want to proceed, because what do you do with an empty parking lot, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna get brave. Still haven't done this one, I have to come back and do it, but this chunk was from the previous weekend here, so hopefully next weekend I'll get caught up again. And yeah, just playing with stuff and what fits and what do I want to do with it. I love this monkey, he's so amazing. He's just laying on a rock. What's up? What you doing? It's my gorilla. Still need to trim him down. And some of these, the idea is there, but the colors were all wrong. So, like the scorpion fish there and everything, they didn't match with where I was trying to lay them out in several of the pages. So. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Got a funky jellyfish. still like the eel there. That might have to be a thing, but I don't know. I've moved him around and tried him on several pages, and it just, I don't know. Yeah, I was so stoked. I found a cow. Cow. Love my cows. And I tried to keep this video short, and it seems awfully long still. Because I tend to find that with doing voiceovers, they're very... they don't feel very exciting. It's very weird to look back and go, okay, what are we doing? Might be better if you do it, you know, the bits you're working on in the video, if you're doing the voiceover closer to when you actually played with the stuff, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Turtle. I still have to sit down and look for turtles. I got busy the other day and totally forgot. Funky eels and scorpion fish floating around. That still might happen, I don't know. Don't know. Love that bird too. Look at that. See his branch line up there with the banister? Thought that was great. So crazy. So yeah, I have no idea. No idea. You start getting ideas, it's like, yeah, that'd be cool, and then you come back to it later and you just... I don't know if you lose the vision or you're just not seeing it or what, but yeah, it's like, no. I mean, it's okay, but I don't want to... Alright, what else we got going on here? Oh, I should mention, before anybody panics, because I don't have my bangles and stuff on in at least this chunk of video, I've had to start wearing my wrist brace at night, and on nicer days I'm starting to pull weeds and stuff in the yard, so they get hung up in my gardening gloves, which I'm accident prone enough. I don't need any help hurting myself. So for the moment I have taken them off until there's less yard work to be done, and until I don't have to wear wrist braces every night again. And it's okay. I had was doing exercises and my wrists were better, but yeah, just doing yard work and stuff antagonizes them, and I've started typing more, which, you know, carpal tunnel and typing are not friends. See that eel? I love that eel, but again, I don't know where to put him because I love the background corally stuff he's floating around in. And that image is just epic right there at the boat. Look at that. And there I'm playing with the idea of cutting out the boat and that first set of rocks it's stuck on, and just sticking that as the top part of the building. But I think I gave up on that as well. I don't remember. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's right. It's gonna make new shapes for the trees and stuff there, and yeah, I don't. This page is something else. I don't know. Scrap it, we'll come back to it. My image collection's getting out of hand as well. I need to definitely go through them again, for sure. I keep losing all the little bits in with, you know, half pages and full pages, and they're everywhere. Okay. Right, that looks not sped up at all. Let me see here. Oh, because it's not. Alright. Let me fix that real quick before I get ahead of myself here. Okay, go. That's right, I was toying with ideas of turning around, turning them into other things. Okay. There's my cow, because it looks like he's, you know, coming back from a stroll and he's headed back into the building or something. I don't know, it was funny. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're almost out of time. Yeah. But anyhow, this is where a lot of the time goes for putting these pages together. So I wanted to share that part because it may seem boring, but it is necessary and it is fun. Anyhow, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in whatever next video comes up. And know that I love you. Bye!